welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Minnesota Twins.
And now, please welcome your
first pitch coming your way next.
Minnesota Twins.
Just about set to go now. And towing the slab, Pablo Lopez. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand. And because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch. And before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
All right, ready to go here. Now it's the shortstop, Masyn Winn. Up and in, and we are underway. And Pablo Lopez will deliver. Check swing, and he went. Strike one.
1-1.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Correa. One out in the top of the first. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Alec Burleson next up for the Cardinals. Ground ball up the middle. And that one finds its way through. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Batting third, the first baseman.
Here comes Wilson Contreras. And that one almost got him. Burleson, the base runner at first with one out. And that one is inside.
2-0. Ball, that's outside.
Fastball for a strike at 95. On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
There's a swing and a drive. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases.
Everything came together for him. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Golden opportunity right here. Just missed.
Counts 1-0.
Second and third here. One away.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Swing and a ball popped up. Squeezes it. Two-way down.
Man, it's so frustrating. You got a couple of runners on. You want to try to drive in at least one run. Maybe you get a little too big with the swing. Pops out right there, and I tell you what, nobody's more frustrated with that at bat than him.
That's to third. Lewis throws to first. And that is the inning. So the Cards strand a couple. The Twins coming up, no score. You're watching.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
And the batter now, Willie Castro. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
The ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Walker makes the catch, and there's one gone. Now the lineup for the Twins as constructed by Rocco Baldelli. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get 1 pitch. You better not miss it.
And there's 2 down. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
Trevor Larnach in the box here lets that one go for a ball. And another ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
Swing, and he breaks his bat. That's a foul ball. That's in there. And the count now even up.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Hard hit to third. Slings it across, and that is that. Nothing doing here for the Twins. We played an inning, no score. Top of the second, now up for St. Louis, Lars Nootbaar. Lopez back to work. Lopez, a former All-Star, 29 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Upstairs, and the count is 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
Swings through that.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That was a pretty good pitch, top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And up next for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. That one outside. And that is ball 1. Second inning here, no score.
Ball inside.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1 now.
1 strike.
And that drops in for a strike.
Count full.
1 out, base is empty. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Swung on, belted. That's back. Into the bullpen and gone. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
And now it's Ivan Herrera. Swings through that one.
0-1.
One out, base is empty, and a run in here at the top of the second. Strike two.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Swings through him for the K. Went back to the sweeper, and it was effective.
So clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing. It doesn't surprise anyone when he gets on base by dropping down a bunt. I mean, this is just the latest example of him using his speed to his advantage and showing off his skills with the bat. That was very nice.
Next to hit, Mason Wynn. Right through there for a strike. Scott off of first with 2 away. That one kicks away from the catcher. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. That one finds the zone, and the count 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a miss, and that is that. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now 1-0. Back in Minnesota, we head to the bottom of the second. Here's the center fielder, Byron Buxton. When you examine Buxton's career trajectory, the thing that really jumps out, the speed and the defense early on. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a bouncer towards third. Zips it to first, and quickly 1 away in the second.
Batting fifth, the right fielder,
Matt Wallner, the next twin up to hit. First pitch misses. Swing and a miss, strike one.
He just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
We're going to take a look at the pitch sequence of that at bat, and the thing to notice are the pitch locations. Every single one of them on the edges of the strike after another like that, and so those are tough spots to do damage, and a great demonstration of pitch command, and it got him a punch out that time.
Here's Royce Lewis.
Yep, that ball went out.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. And that is out of play. 2 outs.
Ball, that counts.
And a swing and a miss there.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball popped up. Donovan drops into the glove, and that's the 3rd out. Twins retired in short order. They're down 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the DH, Alec Burleson. Right down the chute. That's strike 1. And a foul ball. Inside. And that's ball 1. Outside with a breaking ball. Battling here as he fouls it away. And down on strikes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
No, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Pitch misses. Ball 1. And that's in for a strike.
1-1.
Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
2 strikes.
Look out. That fastball drilled him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Now
here's Nolan Arenado. He's 0 for 1. Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. Ripped, but it curls foul. And speaking of that defense, it's hard to imagine that in high school, Arenado shared the left side of the infield with another elite defender, Matt Chapman, at El Toro High School in California. That's outside, and it's 1-2.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Line drive. Dives for it. Got it. Makes the play.
The batter, the second baseman, Brendan Donovan.
This dive wasn't the result of a bad route, Singy. The only reason he made the play is because his route was so good.
No doubt, Boog. StatCast tells the same story. I mean, he got to his spot as quickly as you can possibly get there, and he had to in order to have a chance at that diving play. Just special.
Now here is Brendan Donovan. And there's a foul ball. Contreras leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. still able to get it there in time. And they do get the third out of the inning. The Cards leave one. They lead it 1-0. Back at Target Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the first baseman, Ty France. That one close, ruled a ball, and it's 1-0. And another ball.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Swing and a miss.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
That's in there. And that is strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. Got him swinging.
Batting 8, the second baseman.
Here's the second baseman, Brooks Lee. Fastball for a strike.
0-1's the count.
One down, base is empty. Next offering misses down and away.
Ball 2.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
2-2 the count.
And it remains 2-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him, man. The cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Ryan Jeffers, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Two outs, base is empty. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. Over to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Twins in order. They still trail 1-0. And we're back. Start of the 4th. Here's the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. Foul ball there.
You know, these Cards doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Lopez gets the swing and the miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was off. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Buxton sizing it up. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, catcher Ivan Herrera.
2 down, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to him. Ivan Herrera. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Ball one there. That one's in there, and that's strike one. Went with the sweeper, but it misses. That one fouled off. 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. That one the other way. Oh, he gloves it. 1, 2, 3 go to Cardinals, but they still lead it 1-0. Back in Minnesota, this is Willie Castro.
The designated hitter, Willie Castro.
That clips the corner.
Well, these Twins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time, and to drop third strike leads to the first out.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout.
The
He can do whatever
4.
he wants with the baseball right now.
Shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Now Correa up to hit. Fly to right his first time. And that's in there for strike one. One of the things with Correa, the impact he makes, not just on offense, but defense as well. A guy who's won a platinum glove as the best defender in the American League. Probably my favorite note, though, on Carlos Correa. Now, this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And it's off the wall. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
One out, runner at second. Here's Trevor Larnach. Grounded out his first time. There's a swing and a miss.
0-1.
And that one upstairs.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 2-1. 1 out and a runner at second. And a swing and a line drive into right field. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Here's Byron Buxton. He's 0 for 1.
The center fielder, Byron Buxton.
Yeah, that's fouled off. And a pitch. And that's through there for a strike. Correa on at second with 2 down. And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
A lot of adrenaline. We can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Victor Scott. Lopez back to work. That one catches the zone, and that is strike one.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Fastball for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
So the batting order turns over. And now the shortstop, Masyn Winn. Check swing called strike. 0-1. Winn goes 5 feet 11 inches, 22 years old. And he was a 2nd-round pick in 2020. And that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
The batter, the designated hitter, Alec Burleson.
Stepping in, Alec Burleson. 1 for 2. That one fouled off. Close, but called the ball. And 1-1.
1 strike.
Man at first, 1 away. And now 2-1.
Ball 2.
And a curve misses outside. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Center field. Buxton makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
Here's Contreras now. On the corner for a strike.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
And it's fouled away. That one not close. The count now 2-2. That was the sweeper, but it missed.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
Swing and a miss. Pablo Lopez the strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Twins nothing. Back in target field, bottom of the inning. And now for the Twins, Matt Wallner.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
And that misses. And that's ball 1.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in. And he spits on that one.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
On the ground to third. Has some trouble with it. The throw comes in too late, and they don't get the out.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
No outs, runner at first. So up next for Minnesota, Royce Lewis. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Outside low, ball 1. And a strike.
1-1.
Fastball for a strike. And it's 1-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And there's a ball. In the air, left side. And there's one away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And next for Minnesota, Ty France. Struck out swinging his first time.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
Swing and a foul out of play. That misses the zone. Now 1-2. Wallner stands at first with 1 out. That's off the mark. 2-2.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Next offering is outside.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
Brooks Lee in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Typically, that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
And now Brooks Lee. Close, but called a ball. 1-0. Right through there for a strike.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
That one finds the zone, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tying run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. Fights that one. Swings and misses. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. Twins wind up stranding 1. And it remains 1-0. And we're back. Top of the 6th inning. So now it's Nolan Arenado. first pitch fastball is in for a strike. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Foul ball, still 0-2. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Ground ball left side, and it stays fair. It's in and out of his glove. Around first, heading for 2. And he beats it. He's safe.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent back control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Pablo Lopez out of the game, and he kept him in it even though he's in line for the loss right now. New arm when we come back.
Now pitching for
Danny Coulombe on the pitch here.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now, Brendan Donovan. And that's in there at the knees.
You know, these Cardinals putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Now a long throw home. He beats it safe. It's 2-0.
Comes through with the RBI. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Now up for St. Louis, Lars Nootbaar. 0 for 2 in this one. And that misses. And that is ball 1. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Minnesota's bullpen with some action. Jorge Alcala up and loosening in the pen. Stewart also throwing. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And that one missing low.
2-2 the count.
1 on, nobody out, a run in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Good eye in that spot. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
A couple of singles back-to-back. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
That's in there. That's strike one.
There's an opportunity to do some damage, but you've got to be selective. Make sure you get a pitch that you can handle.
No outs, runners at first and second. Next pitch is outside. That one missed.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
And that's off the inside edge. Ball 3.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
On the ground, 2 ball. Now he launches a throw over his head. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily.
Up next for the Cardinals, the catcher, Ivan Herrera.
So up next, Ivan Herrera. In for a strike, 0-1.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Fouled off. He was late. Nootbaar at third. Walker at first with no outs. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone. By the time it got to the plate, people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Victor Scott next up for the Cardinals. And that one fouled off. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. And a foul ball. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. First and third, 1 down.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. 2 on, 1 out. In the air to left, down the line. And that drops foul. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like. But you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
Hard hit left side to Lee.
That's an out.
What a double play that was. Inning over. They put 2 on the board on 3 hits. 1 error and 1 left on. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Cardinals 3 and the Twins nothing. Bottom of the 6th. And here's the catcher, Ryan Jeffers.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. and it's 1-1.
Well, these Twins just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
That's in there. That's strike 2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
I got to think that was the plan all the way.
Now
He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Castro, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball. Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
The batter,
2 outs, base is empty. And here comes Carlos Correa.
Correa.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And downstairs. There's the strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And a breaking ball misses outside.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Way out front for strike 2.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
And there's a base hit to left. And that keeps the inning going.
The left fielder, number 9, Trevor.
And now, Trevor Larnach. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
0-1's the count.
Oh, and 2 now as he swings through it.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And that K brings him into double digits for the game. 1 left for Minnesota. They trail it here 3-0.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back.
Twins.
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound.
66.
Jorge Alcala.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Mason.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Mason Wynn, 1 for 3. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. And a swing and a miss.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Missed with a changeup, and it's 3-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Fly ball down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Lee makes the catch for the out.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Alec Burleson next up for the Cardinals. First pitch misses. Left field. Larnach makes the catch, and there are 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Wilson
2 down, base is empty. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. Rips one to left. That's a base hit, and that keeps the inning alive.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
So 2 down. Here's Nolan Arenado. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
Two outs. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Goes down looking. So 1 left for the Cardinals, but they lead at 3-0. Back in Minnesota, set for the last half of the 7th. And now the center fielder, Byron Buxton. And the first offering a fastball for a strike. Movement in the bullpen, Ryan Fernandez, the young right-hander up and throwing. Liberator, the lefty, warming up as well. And takes low for ball 1.
1-1.
That misses off the outside edge.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
And a 2-1 on the way. And misses inside.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
On the ground, Wynn zips it across. That takes care of Buxton.
Well, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Matt Wallner, the next Twin up to hit. And a swing and a miss.
0-1's the count. Ball 1.
The Twins trailing by 3 here at the bottom of the 7th. And the next pitch is way outside. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
The 2-2. Boyle's a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Two. And a swing and a miss. And he keeps putting up the Ks. That's number 11.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Here's the third baseman, Royce Lewis. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. And first offering is fouled off.
Just 1 out away from 7 strong innings and just at 100 pitches. Man, pretty impressive. They've got to be happy with what they've gotten from him out there today.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 12 strikeouts on the day. Another scoreless inning, and now that's 7 shutout frames. It's the Cardinals 3 and the Twins nothing.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Twins.
back, and a new arm on the mound to start
Number
the 8th.
61.
Brock Stewart.
Brock Stewart.
So digging in,
Leading off for
Brendan
St. Louis,
Donovan.
The second baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Spits the plate. Strike 1.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count. Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
And ball 1.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand. Probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch. So got to stay ready for it.
The other way. On to France. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar.
Lars Nootbaar now at the plate. Stewart in his 4th year, 33 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2019. And that's downstairs. Ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. One down, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. Fastball for a strike.
0-1.
Foul ball. That's a little bit low.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. 3 up, 3 down for him there. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cardinals 3 and the Twins nothing. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Ryan Fernandez.
Now pitching for St. Louis, number 64, Ryan Fernandez.
And now for the Twins, Ty France, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that one a little below the knees. And that's ball 1. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan Helsley, the closer of the staff, is getting loose to finish this one off. The 1-0. And another ball.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Here's a 2-0. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
Fought off foul.
Full count.
Stays alive. Oof. That one went straight back and got our ump right in the mask. Let's hope he's okay. Caught him looking for the K.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Popped up. Donovan hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the catcher, Ryan Jeffers.
Ryan Jeffers at the plate. And that's down and away. Next pitch is downstairs. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that's in for a strike. And strike 2. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. Twins are set down 1-2-3. They trail in this one 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the catcher, Ivan Herrera. Stewart back to work. Late on that fastball.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
He swings and fouls one off. Oh, and 2 now, and that one is inside. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Buxton makes the grab, 1 down.
The center
So up next,
11,
Victor Scott. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. And that drops in for a strike. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
One down, base is empty. Oh, and he hit him.
I got him.
Up next
Well, now the best way to make them feel the pain is scoring from first. Look for a good secondary lead and an excellent jump when the ball's in play.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Ball outside. Safe at second, and that was not close. Pulls that one foul. Clips the corner, and the count 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Alec Burleson next up for the Cardinals.
Alec Burleson.
Right side, and foul ball. Man on second, 2 down. In the dirt, but kept close. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Scott at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. The Cards leave 1, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Ryan Helsley.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the DH, Willie Castro. 0 for 3 in this one. In there at the knees. Helsley, an all-star a season ago. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Here's Carlos Correa.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
In the air, right field. Walker hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Trevor Larnach.
He's 2 outs away. Trevor Larnach, the next Twin up to hit.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Just missed.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
And there's a ball.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
3.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. He makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
The center fielder, number 25, Byron Buxton.
The Twins down to their final out. Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota, Byron Buxton. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. First pitch, and he just misses. And that one missing low. And that's downstairs and outside.
Pressure mountain right here with the tying run in the on-deck circle. He's got to find the strike zone.
The Cardinals leading by 3. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
2 outs. And a strike right through there. That one in triple digits. Helsley is just 1 strike away. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The Twins trailing by 3 here in the last half of inning number 9. Got it. And that is the ball game.
This is just a nice win. 3-0 ball game. You feel comfortable about the 3 runs that you scored, but you also know that if you're not careful, a bloop, a base hit, and a home run ties everything up. But it was great pitching. Timely hitting really made the difference.
The shutout in this one, 3-0 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us.
I do want a buttercream beamer with an R&B deep slide straight to the pelican bees, a little thick thing, keep it got a feel like she shot you with Davis ever since a young.